Howdy, everybody, and welcome to my very first episode of the Mkratt Talk Show. And today I want to talk a little bit about pretty much about my history of my life, because I have a different life than how almost everybody else I know does. So first of all, I was born in Nanaimo, of course, at the Nanaimo Regional General Hospital on May the 7th, 1998. And basically, I was having some problems a lot when I was really young, when I was about a few months old. But I'm not really going to explain because basically I don't remember what happened really most of the time. But anyway, I remember it was in October, I believe it was October 2001. I was actually in my very first newspaper article because I was actually diagnosed with autism in April 2001. I believe it was April 2nd, 2001. I can't remember exactly, but it was in April 2001. So I was almost 3 years old when I was diagnosed with autism. So basically, I didn't even remember that newspaper article I was in back then, because it was pretty much a picture. There was a picture of me when I was really young, and all I was doing was looking at the TV because I was watching, kids shows. I don't even remember what I watched though, but it was quite old stuff. And also, I remember 2 years later, in the summer of 2003, I was in another newspaper article that I always remember, where I was trying to feed a pig, but the pig's head got stuck in a bucket. So basically, this, I believe, farmer tries to help pull the pig's head out of the bucket so that I could be able to feed the pig. And I was able to, and somehow that got into the newspaper, so it was very interesting. And pretty much for me, starting preschool, because I went to preschool at the Child Development Center between 2001 to 2003. To me, I think when I started preschool, my very first year of going to school, preschool, I think I was having lots of, disappointments because of how much I've been being away from my parents and all that. And then and even when I started at Uplands Park Elementary School in kindergarten, I had that exact similar thing. I just was disappointed about going to a new school, and I was really shy to meet new people. I'm not really shy that much anymore. I'm really brave now of meeting new people, of course. And then I stayed at Uplands between kindergarten all the way to grade 7. And I graduated from Uplands Park Elementary School in June 2011. And starting high school was a big step for me. It was a huge step for me because I met a couple of times more new people than I've met back at Uplands Park Elementary School. And you know that fact where if you ever, did you know that you actually meet way more people in high school than you do in elementary school? Well, it's really true because there's so many people from different elementary schools here in Nanaimo, because we don't just have one elementary school. We have tons. We have tons of elementary schools. And there could even be people that were from, not even on the island. It could be like the mainland. It could even be in like Ontario. You don't know that. And I know another moment too is another thing I could also talk about besides school. So let's go away from school for a little bit, and I'm going to talk about something a little different. In 2005, around the middle of 2005 or something like that, I started to learn the piano. And I had this piano teacher. Her name was Kathy. I don't remember her last name. She taught me piano, and I've been playing piano for a year with her. But then something happened the year after. In 2006, Kathy had to move to Victoria. So basically, I wasn't able to do piano lessons with her anymore. So I decided that I didn't want to find a new piano teacher. I decided, hey, wouldn't the guitar be interesting? So my mom signed me up to do guitar lessons once a week, and that's what I'm continuing doing right now. And basically, I have this awesome teacher. His name is Paul Simolini. He was the best guitar teacher I've ever had. And I've been having lessons with him for about almost 10 years. Because I started with him in about 2006. So that's quite a huge step, playing guitar for 10 years. It's quite a lot. But I want to give you all a huge fact. And I've told this to some people, but not to everybody. Did you know that the guitar is actually not my favorite instrument? It actually isn't. No kidding. A guitar is not my favorite instrument. Do you know what my favorite instrument is? A pipe organ. A pipe organ is probably one of the commonest instruments I've ever heard throughout almost my whole life, actually. No kidding. And actually, I want to show you a sample of what I mean by that. So here's a little organ demo right here. So pretty much that's a really good sample of what a pipe organ would sound like. And basically, I just love that sound of a instrument like that. It sounds so awesome. It's like way better, like I say, it's traditional style of an instrument, because it really is. Like when you listen to like, you know, soft music on a pipe organ, it'll sound really relaxing. Like for example, Johann Sebastian Bach's version of Jesu Joy of Man's Desiring. The pipe organ version of that song is actually a really good instrument to play it on. Like no kidding, I know about a couple people that could actually play that on a pipe organ, and man, they're awesome. So anyway, I basically now want to talk a little bit more into school. Most of you guys all know when I was in grade 8, I was pretty much the dumbest person ever. Even in elementary, I was dumb. But then, you know, like when years went by, grade 9, grade 10, and then grade 11, still a little bit of crazy things happened. Like, cause remember I used to do little tickle fights here and like that. But then I can never forget this. But I remember just almost a year ago in February when I was in grade 11, I actually changed my life a lot. And basically in my sleep one night, I was trying to go to sleep, but then my brain's trying to get me in trouble. No kidding. My brain just got me in trouble. So what happened was I was basically trying to sleep, but then my brain was telling me, Matthew, the reason why you're being that, you know, not many people are liking you very much is because you're doing so many things wrong. And the one thing that is very wrong is you doing all these tickle fights. And you know what? I agreed. I remember basically like doing all these tickle fights, and you know, most of the people felt uncomfortable, right? So basically what I had to do was the next day I went to school, and what happened was I went to school and I had to apologize to so many people because everything that I was doing, even though they really liked it, was actually wrong. So basically, I just couldn't do that anymore. And then about a week later, and actually when days went by after that, I became more and more of a better friend. And then, to be honest, another big step happened a month later, in last March. That was when I started teaching. And during spring break, I remember teaching as a private session with so many people for almost a whole week during spring break. And that was quite awesome, don't you think? It was awesome. I was a little nervous too, just to be honest, because it was my first time ever, but it was still really great. I just don't remember where it was, though, when I did it. So basically, right now in my life, I always try to think of lots of people I remember. Because once I graduate in 4 more months, I can't believe 4 more months it's going to be coming pretty quick. I cannot believe that. No kidding. I will not. I just can't believe I'm going to be graduating soon. And then once I graduate, that's why I'm going to feel very, very disappointed. Do you know why? So many people I know, they could probably be moving. A few months after I graduate and they graduate, they could be moving, Vancouver or even Alberta. Then how would I get connected with them? Do you know what it would be? Just Facebook and texting. But then you wouldn't see them in real life much anymore. And you know how sad it would be? It almost makes me cry, by the way. I wish I was able to have really good connections for, seeing so many people and just trying to chill out with them as much as I can. It doesn't really happen to me very much. I would see them for 3 minutes, which is okay, but it shouldn't be like that every single time I see them. Basically what would happen is I would just be talking with them, and then they're going to be leaving for a while just to hang out with their other mates. And sometimes it just heartbreaks me, is how I'll say it. Sometimes it would heartbreak me. Because, usually I'm the one that walks around. Well, actually, I'm really good at getting exercise, too. But actually, I'll give you another certain thing about what I'm going to talk about now. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about health. Because basically, not many people are trying to be healthy. Even though they're in PE class, they're still not. Because let me give you something right now. To be honest, so almost everybody I know tries to drive. Drive a car and all that. But when just before I turned 16, I told my parents were telling me, do you want to drive when you turn 16? You should get your L. And fuck no. Because I'm going to explain a reason why driving is the most stupidest crap of all time. Just think about this, ladies and gentlemen. When you're driving, all that you do is put your leg on this, on your ignition, and then, the gas. On ignition, something else. And then the brakes. Are you moving your legs at all? No! You are not moving your legs. You're not getting your exercise in. But what if you get fat one day? Would you want that? Hell no! But let me tell you something. Once I finish high school, and once I move out, and my goal is in 2018, so 2 more years I'll be moving out. My plan for transportation would be either 3 things. 1, taking BC Transit. 2, I'll be riding my bicycle. Or 3, I would be walking. So these 3 things require exercise. Because if you think BC transportation is not exercise, think again, because I'm going to explain something to you. How would you get to a bus stop? You walk, right? So basically, what you would do is walk a few minutes to your bus, and then walk, once you finish your bus route, to your destination. And obviously, I would have to pay at least $60 or something like that to get a bus pass every month, but I don't care. I'm doing the right thing. And also, I want to give you some fact, too. Every time when I read an article, not every time, but every time I look on the newspaper articles and all that, and all the breaking news, every time I see accidents occur on articles, they affect cars. They don't affect bicycles, motorcycles, or buses. Most of the accidents I've seen recently come from fucking cars. And that really pisses me off. Because, do you know what happens when you get into an accident? You think of 2 different things. Are you going to survive? Or are you going to die? Because those come to 2 different things when accidents come. Because you'll feel pissed off, would you? You're going to think that you'll either survive, or if you get into a major accident, death will come in. Unless if you went to the hospital and right away, then you could be into a possible survival. And that's what I'll be proud about too. So think about this. Think to yourself that if you ever had an accident, I don't know how long ago it would have been. If you ever had a car accident, try to think about quitting driving. And think about your fitness. Think about your fitness, because you want to be in great shape like me, right? Like, look at my arms. I'm fit, am I? Don't think I'm fat, because I'm not. I am not fat, because I try not to be. I try to be healthy as much as I can. Like, I walk to school almost every day. And once springtime comes, I'll be biking pretty much to school every day. And even when daylight savings time changes, I'll be able to, do lots of bike routes outside. After dinner, once I have a huge meal, I could burn off, 400 calories in almost an hour. Isn't that incredible? That could be something that you could even beat me on. Even like cross country, when you're running the whole marathon run. That's really great exercise. I know a couple of people that are in cross country, and I'm really pleased that they're doing it, because they're fit. So basically, right now at this time, I really want to thank those that were really kind to me. Having a great relationship with me. And I still want to have a great connection with every one of you, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to say this again, too. To all the girls out there, you are gorgeous. You are beautiful just the way you are. And you boys, you're the man. No kidding. You are the man. So think about things for the next little while and see what you think about. And also, to be honest, I try to care for you guys. And I always want to try to keep you safe at all times. No kidding. I try to keep you all safe. So make sure you guys have a relaxing evening. And hopefully you're all ready for the next episode, which will be coming out soon. Episode 2. Peace out.